Morning, gang. We're all back here after our day off. There's no day off here. Day off of streaming, though. It's pretty chilly out there, so I've got the door closed, so we can't hear too many sidewalk sounds. I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to be from now on. Winter isn't here yet, but the cold weather is very much approaching now. It's been good. It's cold and clear, which is a nice part of the time in Tokyo. No damp. And yesterday we all got a ton of work done here. It was a wonderful, wonderful day. Even though Tuesday is normally our closing day, we kept the shop open anyway for the skeleton staff. But without print parties, because we didn't schedule any print parties because of the day off, without the parties, it's a much more relaxed day for us. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who's here? The regular crowd? How cold is it? I don't know. You'll have to look up a weather report, look for the just tight temperature in Tokyo. I don't know. It's not cold, it's just chilly. Got a nice little bite to it. We're counting down to our bot action. The paper is out of the fridge and we are waiting for the bot. Have I had a Korean dog? No, and this is funny, you know. I walked down the street yesterday a little bit and the owner of the theater, who was between me and the Korean hot dog place, he backs up, he's on the side. And he says, "Have you had one yet?" I said, I gestured, you know, like, "No way am I going to do that, buddy." You know, and he said, "Me neither." He's really not so happy, you know. He's really not so happy, you know. The evening shows that he puts on there, they're not going to be impacted because that hot dog place closes down fairly early. I think it was about 7 o'clock. I think they're experimenting with it, so I'm not quite sure yet what their closing time is going to be. So his evening shows aren't much impacted by it, but his weekend stuff is. It's the weekends when the crowds are on the street here and that place is jammed. So I'll see. I probably won't have any more news about that until after next Tuesday. Tuesdays is the street cleaning day here today, when we all grab brooms and buckets and go out and scrub the street and all the street lights and stuff like that. It's the community cleaning day. And two things are going to happen. One is we'll see whether or not those people on the Korean hot dog place are going to come join us, which we doubt very much, but let's see. And if they do join us, then there's a means of communication with them. But whether they do or they don't, there is the monthly meeting of the street association, which happens after the cleaning. After the cleaning, the staff comes back into the shops, and all the owners, managers, whatever, have a meeting at a coffee shop over there. So that'll be the meeting, and we know what the topic of conversation is going to be, and work out a plan of action. Is it 8:05 yet? Counting down to our bot. It's colder on Mars. I guess it's colder on Mars, of course. Snow already, you guys. Soka, nothing here yet. There's our 8:05. Nothing has happened. Stream looks quiet. I guess the bot is either put to sleep. Is the bot alive or not? Seems nothing, no idea. Maybe it's deactivated. I'm getting the same thing. Message hidden from blocked user. Message hidden from blocked user. When I click the name Printmaking Bot, I get the menu. It says Add as a Friend, And then there's the three dots. Clicking the three dots, I get the message. Hang on a sec, it's too low on the screen. Clicking the three dots, it comes up. Block it or report it. Those are the only two options. It's not blocked. Unrecognized command. I type unblock printmaking bot with the slash in the chat and it says unrecognized command without the slash. Anyway, I can't mess around with that one. I got a bunch of news, different things to talk about today, including when Cameron gets here. So, but I also have to remember to do some work here. Among the things that happened yesterday was we had got a call the day before, Monday evening, Monday afternoon, from a media company. The staff took it, and the staff listened and nodded and said, Then after a minute or so, the staff member just turned it over to me. Dave, I think this one's for you. And the caller was a guy from a company here in Japan that runs, what are they called in English? When there's advertising on TV or newspaper or something, but it's not really advertising, it's to help support society or something, or PSAs, public service announcements. There's a lot of that on TV here in Japan too. They're not called PSAs, they're called, I forget the Japanese term for them, I have no TV. Anyway, he's a guy from a sub-company working within that kind of organization, an organization that makes public service announcements. And he said, Dave, would you be willing to appear on one of our PSAs? This was a phone conversation, and I said, we're on TV all the time, but, until you give me more information, I'm not gonna, I can't. He said, yeah, okay, but just would you be willing in principle to do something if the theme seems okay? So I said, yeah, whatever, okay. So he said, we'll come and talk to you if you want. So they came yesterday to talk to me with their proposal for a PSA series, and they would like me and two other foreigners who are here in Japan. There's a young lady who's doing, I guess she's doing calligraphy or something. I don't know her. I haven't met her. And then a foreigner from somewhere in Europe who is he's taken Japanese citizenship and he's doing bonsai. Which his name is, he's probably famous. I don't know, but anyway, they want the three of us to appear as part of a 30-second spot. And it's going to be difficult to actually describe because it doesn't translate well. The point is they're picking foreigners who delve into some aspect of Japanese society. The point being we have respect for the traditions here. Dave here is not specifically thinking I must respect Japanese tradition, but from a Japanese person's point of view, because I do this stuff, make these prints and do nice prints and stuff like that, they are feeling that I'm important in respecting Japanese traditions. Anyway, so me and these other two guys, these other two people are a target for a PSA. And we're not going to sort of stand there and speak to the camera. What they're going to do is they would show, it's a 30-second spot, so they would show whatever, a few seconds of each of us doing our work. And the narration would say something generic, Japanese traditions are respected all around the world. Don't forget, young Japanese people, you too should respect them, or something. I have no idea what the actual text would be. So yeah, I gave my approval to the concept, and then the guy said something funny. He said, okay, well, if that's okay to good, we'll put in our proposal. And what it turns out is this is not the advertising company themselves that came here. This is a sub-company, part of it's a feeder system. The sub-companies come up with ideas and make proposals to the main PSA production company. So this is this company's proposal. They are now going to pitch it to the main company itself, the one that produces these things and pays for them and runs them on TV, whatever. So it's all up in the air. We will find out if they actually do own this concept, if they make the proposal, and then whether it passes muster and gets accepted or not. Even if it does, production wouldn't start till next spring. These guys work way ahead of schedule. Production would start in April, and the campaign would run starting in July for 1 year, nationally here on every TV station and full page ads in every major newspaper. That's not her. I probably talked through all the background sound, didn't I? Did she come today? I didn't even notice. Sorry, I am actually sort of focused on the work here. Sorry if I spoiled the event there. So anyway, don't get excited about that. It may or may not happen. I have no idea what the probability is. It might happen or it might not happen. I don't know. Anyway, there's an idea on the table being floated, and we'll see. The paper is out of the freezer, for those who are still not sure about it. The name of the bonsai guy, I don't, but the paper they brought yesterday is over on the other desk. If you remind me after Cameron gets here, we can grab that paper and he can bring it back. And he's become Japanese, so he's got a Japanese name now. Remind me later after Cameron gets here. I don't think I've got a copy of the thing. They brought their proposal, the thing they're pitching. They brought a little storyboard for the TV ad. And no, I can't see it here. Remind me again. Actually, with the paper out of the freezer thing, I had to go back this upstairs twice today. I got the paper out, had my shower, and remembered to get the paper out of the freezer. And then when I got back down and looked at my email for the first email of the day, I see a letter in there from Suga-san. She says she's feeling a cold coming on, so she won't be in today. So I had to run back upstairs and put her paper back in the freezer. So. That TV thing, that PSA, I'm not totally sure about what to do with it. We've been on TV here a billion times. TV is no big deal for us. It happens all the time. But a typical TV program, whatever, it airs. It might be national, it might be part of the country, whatever. It airs, and then it's gone. It's not repeated all the time, So my privacy is still in place. On a week or so after a TV program, there'll be times when somebody out in the street might say, "Oh, I saw the program. Nice, thank you very much." Well, people will recognize me a little bit, but in general, my privacy is totally secure. You think I'm famous inside this room, but out in the street, out in the worldwide of Tokyo, it's no big deal, nothing, just another guy walking around. So being on TV doesn't hurt my personal privacy, but this one is different. This PSA thing, if it does all happen, it would run again and again and again and again. You know, it doesn't run a million times a day, but it runs X times a day for a full year, all across the country, everywhere, repeatedly. And this might be something that might not be such a good idea. I don't know. We chatted about this with the guy who came to pitch the proposal. You know, we talked about this. You know, how many airings would it get and stuff like that. And when he showed me the numbers, I was kind of like, good God, are you kidding me? You know, how many hundreds of thousands of times across the country? You know? So I'm not really sure. You know, Cameron was here too. He was involved in a little interview yesterday. And he said, you know, are you okay with this? And I'm not sure. You know, your ego part wants to say, yeah, look at me, you know. But it's not so much fun when everybody is always looking at you, I think. I'm not so sure. As part of the mock-up that they brought, they made a mock-up of what would be a full-page TV ad. And what they did was they scooped a couple of pictures from our website, and for the mock-up they showed a picture of Dave here in a print party situation with two people beside him. You know, these are theoretically young Japanese customers who are being introduced to the Japanese traditions they're supposed to respect. And for the mock-up, the guy just grabbed other pictures from our website, and he put Kawai-san. You know, Kawai-san who visits here. You see him sometimes in the mornings. And he put Dave and Kawai-san and some other random picture. So yesterday when Kawai-san saw this mock-up, it's going to be a full-page full-page newspaper ad with his face like 1/3 of the page. You know, he went, what? And I had to tell him, relax, this is just a mock-up. This is almost certainly not going to happen in this form. Don't sweat it, you know. And he had mixed feelings too. You know, he would sort of like this to happen. His mother would just crap herself seeing her son's face in the newspaper like that. Okay, I think actually that's done now. The temple area is done, right? We've got all the little bits covered, all the lanterns, shapes here. All the shapes, all the little tile lines. Is that going to be today or what day? A party reservation? No, for December, no problem. Oh, and a message from Shiba-san. The trains are stopped. Shiba-san will be late today. Oh, ha ha, it's okay. There's a 10 o'clock party. I can do it. And that's, excuse me. This has got to go to Cameron. See it here. Good. Sorry again, excuse me. I'm missing chat here, I'm sorry, excuse me. Is there questions I should... Dave's welcoming face on a poster at the airport. They'll never use me for something like that. I just look too, I don't look welcoming, you know, I'm a bit whatever, you know. Given the thin lines and wide areas on the same blocks, what's your plan for the printers? The plan is to calendar the paper very well before we start. Calendar the paper. The paper these days is so rough, the top surface of the paper is so rough, that in order to get a smooth impression on this place, we've got to really press it hard. And that would bugger up the thin lines here. So what we're going to do with all of these prints for this year's series, unlike the loop prints we did last year, we are going to calendar the paper. And then rather than switch barons, we could do that, you know, rather than switch barons, what we'll be doing is I will encourage the printers, and I will do a pencil here. You know, if you think about this, our baron, you know, it's a flat thing, it's a disc, it's a flat disc with the handle thing on it, you know. But actually it's not flat. The bottom surface of the baron sometimes is curved, and it's got the handle on it. So we don't apply the pressure across the whole bottom surface. We can apply the pressure just in one area. And when we have a specific print to do that has a lot of this stuff, flat areas nearby delicate areas, we would do that even more. We'd get the baron, we'd put some slips of paper inside, and we would put actually a bump on the bottom surface of the baron. We hold it with our hand at the top. And we can focus on just using that part of the baron. And that's probably what I would do here if I was doing this. So I could focus, just rub, rub, rub here, back off the pressure a little bit for the rest of it. So there's 2 or 3 ways to do it. And we do even sometimes, not so much on a print this small, but on a bit larger, we'll rub part of it with one baron, switch out, rub the rest of it with a different baron. You see me do this on some of the YouTube videos when I was doing the test printing on the Ukiyo Heroes prints. So we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. This is not a deal killer, just we have to be really careful to get smooth pressure here without smacking this stuff. We can do it, it's our job. And now we've got to start carving. Are they leaves? Whatever. I don't think it's leaves because this is supposed to be a January print. Define the edge of the area. And let's get started. This looks like a collection of bacteria. Is that where Jed copied it from? I wouldn't put it past him, you know. Jed's coming today, actually. He's in the air right now. He's coming in here later this afternoon. He's going to do the Tokyo Comic Con in December. He's flying in here this afternoon. He's going to stay here tonight. We're going to find a bedding center. Then over in the morning, he's going to relax for a bit. In the afternoon, it's the setup for the Tokyo Comic Con. Thursday. And the show is, I guess, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't really know the exact timings of the show. And we've asked him, does he need help? Because we've got some staff members here. He's going to do the show all by himself. A 3/4 day show. Massive comic convention. And he's going to do it by himself. And we're like, Jed, let's send somebody over to help you. And he says, no, I'm okay. Jed, let's give you a hand. No, I'm okay. He's like, he's going to hold his bladder for 4 days. You got one man running a booth on a convention? Give me a break. But we've asked him 100 times and he won't give in. So he's going to do it by himself, I guess. He says, I got a routine. I just don't drink much water. And I'm like, Jed. So anyway, he's here. He's coming in tonight. Whether that means he'll be on the stream tomorrow, I don't know, because I'm not sure his actual schedule of going in and setting up. He'll be sleeping here tonight, so I suppose he might be here tomorrow morning. Who knows? I didn't realize that. We might have a guest on the stream tomorrow. Or he might be running out of here early to get over to Con and get set up. I'm digging a bit too deeply here. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Are you guys open?
Not officially, but who cares? I'm here, you're here, the lights are on, take a look around if you like, it doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Just so you know, we are live streaming at the moment. This is live, yeah, I'm okay, but just anything you say will be heard by the internet, so
Okay, gotcha.
don't tell any lies or something.
All right.
Look around, doesn't matter. They can't see you, the camera's right here on the bench, focusing down on here, so don't worry, you can't be seen.
Okay.
I'm here in California, am I?
Yes. Do I really sound like I'm from California?
We're all that predictable, you know? Sorry about that.
That's pretty cool.
A success, not such an interesting place this time of the morning, you know. It's a night, well, not a night town, but it's much more fun when the bars and restaurants are open. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised because you would think that like the temple makes everybody wake up super early, but it's not.
Well, they were all having too much fun last night.
So these prints,
Mm-hmm.
do you do it yourself or?
There's two groups there. You know, the group on the right-hand side, see the ones with all the same packaging with the round, I don't know. Excuse me, I'll go. Yeah, that's the group. We make art. That's the group we make. If you look at the part that says David's Choice there, they're marked as Carver David, and that's what I do sitting right here. So those are the ones we make. Then the other prints at the farther left-hand side in the different wrapping, we didn't make those. We just buy and sell older prints and get what we can find. So there's two kinds there. And the ones we're famous for, that right-hand bench, that's the heroes. Those are the prints that we're most known for around the world.
Oh.
Do you know what you're looking at there?
I've seen these before.
Yes, so this is where they're made. So,
Oh, awesome.
so you know that character, the guy in the red suit?
Yeah, the Mario.
Bingo. So,
Yeah, I've seen them at like, Comic-Con.
Yep.
Right?
yep, that'll be, at a Comic-Con over there, that'll be Jed, the guy who designs them. He goes to those conventions and stuff. But this is the factory where they're made. A factory, if this looks like a factory.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Did you see the documentary on the airplane then, when you came over? Which airline company did you use?
I flew into Taipei, and from Taipei here.
Which company?
So it would be from Tiger Air.
Ah, I don't know, that's a subsidiary. The video about our work, it's playing right now on Delta, on KLM, Air France, Lufthansa, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Singapore Airlines. I don't know if Tiger is in that group or not.
Probably not.
I don't know.
They don't have.
Okay, well, next time you get an airplane, look in the movies at the back, look for the documentaries, and you might get lucky.
And what's the story with the ones on the wall?
They're the ones we prepared as kind of gift prints. People always ask because they want a gift to take for their friends back home and stuff like that. So we make smaller prints that are quite attractive. They're mounted on a board like you see like this. They've got a story they wrap up, and they come automatically gift wrapped.
Oh.
And these are the sample ones. People pick which one they want, and the staff grabs it and gets it ready for them.
Awesome. Thank you. And how much are these?
Oh, everything's marked, sorry, front or back, one way or the other. So.
Cool.
I'm ignoring the chat here. What are these guys talking about? People, as I carve, people watch, and they're all talking, and
What are you doing over there?
so it's like, who just came in? It's interesting too, you're American Western, you're not Japanese. A Japanese person would never have come under that shutter that's partly open. But relax, I'm totally okay. But different people will be different levels of, what's the word, assertiveness or can I really do that? maybe I can't do that.
Yeah.
But someone like you, well, maybe I can do it. Anyway, let's try. It's fun. So.
Does that mean that you're like not open yet?
Relax. And we have official hours, but what we do is we do the streaming in the time before we're open so that we can do it without much bother, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay, just relax, look around. The other staff's getting here soon. So. It says here, hey lady, look in the camera and become famous. Did you want to say hello? There's nothing famous about it. There's only like 200 people watching or whatever. How many people are watching today, guys? This is the lady who just walked in. If you walk in, there's where you go. So, see, there you go. Bingo, there you are. Thank you.